Welcome back to Knowledge Journey, where we dive deep into the realms of psychology, human behavior, philosophy, and Stoicism. Today, we're exploring a topic that touches the very core of our existence: forgiving ourselves. Forgiving oneself can be a daunting task, often clouded by guilt, shame, and self-doubt. Yet, it's a crucial step towards inner peace and personal growth. In this video, we'll unravel how the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can guide us through this journey. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with regrets and past mistakes. With every step, the weight becomes unbearable, slowing you down and clouding your path. Stoicism offers a way to lighten this load, allowing us to move forward with clarity and strength. We'll delve into the teachings of renowned Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, uncovering practical strategies to embrace self-forgiveness. From self-reflection exercises to daily affirmations, we'll explore actionable steps that you can start applying today. But it's not just about ancient philosophy. Modern research supports the power of self-forgiveness in improving mental health. Studies show that individuals who practice self-forgiveness experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, and enjoy better overall well-being. So whether you're struggling with past mistakes or seeking a path to inner peace, stay tuned as we embark on this transformative journey together. Let's unlock the power of Stoicism to forgive ourselves and embrace a life of virtue, wisdom, and serenity. Remember, you're not alone on this path. Together, we'll navigate the intricacies of self-forgiveness, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. So, sit back, relax, and let's begin our journey to inner peace. Understanding Stoicism. To truly appreciate how Stoicism can aid in self-forgiveness, we first need to understand what Stoicism is all about. Picture this: ancient Greece and Rome, where great minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus laid the foundation of this profound philosophy. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living a life of virtue. It's about cultivating wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. At its core, Stoicism is not about suppressing our emotions, but rather mastering them. It encourages us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Think about a stormy sea. The waves are wild and unpredictable, representing the external events in our lives. We can't control the sea, but we can control how we navigate it. A skilled sailor doesn't fight the waves. They adjust their sails and steer their ship with calm and precision. Similarly, Stoicism teaches us to steer our minds through life's challenges with calmness and clarity. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This principle is incredibly empowering when it comes to self-forgiveness. We might not be able to change our past mistakes, but we can change how we view and respond to them. Let's delve deeper into this. Imagine you've made a mistake at work that cost your team a significant project. The initial reaction might be to dwell on the error, feeling a heavy sense of guilt and regret. But Stoicism invites us to reflect rationally. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Instead of being weighed down by guilt, use it as a stepping stone for personal growth. Modern science backs this up. Research has shown that people who practice self-forgiveness are better equipped to handle stress and adversity. They tend to have higher self-esteem and are more resilient in the face of challenges. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic view that our inner tranquility is paramount. So, as we continue this journey, keep in mind the Stoic principles of focusing on what you can control, reflecting rationally, and using every experience as an opportunity for growth. These ancient teachings hold the key to unlocking a more peaceful, forgiving self. Next, we'll explore why self-forgiveness is so important and the common barriers we face in this process. Stay with me as we uncover the path to a lighter, more serene you. Part 3. The importance of self-forgiveness. Now that we have a solid understanding of Stoicism, let's delve into why self-forgiveness is so crucial. Think of self-forgiveness as a balm for the soul, soothing the wounds of past mistakes and allowing us to heal and move forward. When we hold on to guilt and shame, it's like carrying a heavy anchor that drags us down, preventing us from fully living our lives. According to a study published in the Journal of Health Psychology, self-forgiveness is associated with lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. It's a powerful tool for enhancing our mental and emotional well-being. Consider this scenario. You said something hurtful to a friend in a moment of anger. The guilt gnaws at you, affecting your mood and your interactions with others. By practicing self-forgiveness, you acknowledge your mistake, learn from it, and release the burden of guilt. This doesn't mean you condone the action, but rather that you allow yourself the grace to move past it. One common barrier to self-forgiveness is perfectionism. Many of us hold ourselves to impossibly high standards and beat ourselves up when we fall short. Stoicism teaches us that making mistakes is part of the human experience. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This includes accepting our own imperfections. Another barrier is the fear of losing moral standards. Some people believe that forgiving themselves will make them complacent or irresponsible. However, true self-forgiveness involves taking responsibility for our actions, learning from them, and striving to do better. It's not about excusing poor behavior, but about fostering personal growth and resilience. Let's take a moment to reflect on a powerful exercise. Picture yourself holding a small stone, representing a mistake or regret. Feel its weight, its rough edges. Now imagine placing this stone in a river. Watch as the water flows over it, gradually smoothing the rough edges and eventually carrying it away. This is the process of self-forgiveness, acknowledging the weight of our mistakes, understanding their impact, and then allowing ourselves to let go and be carried forward by the flow of life. Remember, forgiveness is not a single act, but a journey. It's a continuous process of reflection, learning, and growth. By embracing this journey, we open ourselves to a life of greater peace and fulfillment. In our next segment, we'll explore specific Stoic principles that can guide us in the practice of self-forgiveness. Stay with me as we uncover these timeless strategies for inner healing. Part 4. Stoic Principles for Self-Forgiveness. Welcome back to Knowledge Journey. Now that we've established the importance of self-forgiveness, let's explore the Stoic principles that can guide us on this path. First, let's talk about the acceptance of impermanence. Stoicism teaches us that everything in life is transient. Our successes, our failures, even our emotions. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Soon you will have forgotten the world, and soon the world will have forgotten you." This isn't a bleak outlook. Rather, it's a reminder to put things into perspective. When you understand that your mistakes are just fleeting moments in the grand tapestry of life, it becomes easier to let go and move forward. Imagine you're an artist working on a large canvas. You've made a mistake, a smudge in the paint. Instead of fixating on this one error, consider the entire painting. The smudge is just a tiny part of the whole picture. By accepting impermanence, you allow yourself to see the bigger picture and recognize that mistakes do not define your entire existence. Next, we have the focus on what you can control. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. He said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This principle is incredibly liberating when it comes to self-forgiveness. Think about it. You can't change the past, but you can change how you respond to it. You can choose to learn from your mistakes, make amends if possible, and commit to better actions in the future. This shift in focus from uncontrollable regrets to controllable actions is a powerful step towards self-forgiveness. Another crucial principle is rational reflection. Stoicism encourages us to use reason to understand our emotions and actions. When you reflect on a mistake, instead of getting lost in guilt and self-blame, try to analyze it rationally. Ask yourself, what led to this mistake? What can I learn from it? How can I avoid making the same error in the future? For instance, if you missed an important deadline at work, instead of berating yourself, reflect on the factors that contributed to the lapse. Perhaps it was poor time management or a lack of resources. By understanding the root cause, you can take practical steps to improve and prevent similar mistakes. Lastly, the Stoic principle of virtue and personal growth is essential. Stoicism teaches that the ultimate goal is to live a virtuous life. Mistakes are opportunities for growth, not reasons for self-punishment. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Embrace your mistakes as starting points for new beginnings. Imagine a gardener tending to their plants. Sometimes plants don't grow as expected. Instead of abandoning them, the gardener learns, adapts, and tries new methods to cultivate a thriving garden. Similarly, view your mistakes as lessons that help you grow and become a better version of yourself. By incorporating these Stoic principles into your life, you can navigate the journey of self-forgiveness with wisdom and grace. Remember, acceptance of impermanence, focusing on what you can control, rational reflection, and a commitment to virtue and personal growth are your guiding stars. In the next segment, we'll dive into practical steps you can take to practice self-forgiveness using Stoic principles. Stay with me as we continue this transformative journey. Part 5. Practical steps to forgive yourself using Stoicism. Welcome back to Knowledge Journey. We've explored the principles of Stoicism and their relevance to self-forgiveness. Now, let's turn these insights into practical steps you can incorporate into your daily life. First, let's start with self-reflection exercises. One of the most effective ways to practice self-forgiveness is through journaling. Set aside a few minutes each day to write about your experiences, mistakes, and feelings. Reflect on what happened, why it happened, and what you can learn from it. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of rational reflection. Imagine sitting quietly with your journal. As you write, you pour out your thoughts and emotions, creating a space for introspection. Over time, this habit helps you understand your actions and their impacts, fostering a sense of clarity and self-compassion. Next, consider incorporating niche meditation and mindfulness into your routine. Stoic meditation involves contemplating your actions and their alignment with your values. Take a few moments each day to sit quietly, focusing on your breath and observing your thoughts without judgment. Reflect on your day, your decisions, and how you can improve. Think of it like tending to a garden. Just as you remove weeds and nurture plants, meditation helps you clear negative thoughts and cultivate positive ones. This practice brings you closer to inner peace and self-acceptance. Another powerful tool is using daily affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your self-worth and commitment to growth. Choose affirmations that resonate with Stoic principles, such as, "I learn and grow from my mistakes," or "I focus on what I can control." Picture yourself standing in front of a mirror each morning, looking into your own eyes, and repeating these affirmations. Over time, they become ingrained in your mind, helping to reshape your self-perception and build resilience. Additionally, seek wisdom from Stoic texts. Reading and reflecting on the writings of Stoic philosophers can provide guidance and inspiration. Books like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius or Letters from a Stoic by Seneca offer timeless insights into dealing with life's challenges and finding peace within. Imagine curling up with one of these books in a quiet corner. As you read, you absorb the wisdom of the Stoics, finding comfort and strength in their words. These texts become companions on your journey to self-forgiveness. Finally, remember the importance of taking action. Forgiveness is not just about thought, but also about doing. If you've wronged someone, make amends. If you've made a mistake, take steps to rectify it. This aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control. Imagine you've hurt a friend's feelings. Reach out, apologize sincerely, and show through your actions that you've learned and are committed to change. This not only helps in healing the relationship, but also fosters self-forgiveness and growth. By integrating these practices into your life, you create a powerful toolkit for self-forgiveness. Journaling, meditation, affirmations, reading Stoic texts, and taking action are all steps that guide you towards a more peaceful, forgiving self. In our next segment, we'll share personal stories and examples to bring these concepts to life. Stay with me as we continue this journey of transformation. Part 6: Personal Stories and Examples. Now that we've discussed practical steps to practice self-forgiveness using Stoicism, let's bring these ideas to life with some personal stories and examples. Let's start with a historical example. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers and a Roman emperor, faced immense challenges and personal failures during his reign. Despite being a powerful leader, he often struggled with self-doubt and regret. In his journal, Meditations, he wrote candidly about his mistakes and his efforts to live a virtuous life. Marcus's reflections remind us that even the greatest figures faced inner battles and sought self-forgiveness through Stoic principles. Imagine Marcus Aurelius at the end of a long day, sitting quietly with a scroll and ink. He writes about his day's events, his decisions, and his internal struggles. Through this process, he gains clarity and strength, showing us the power of reflection and acceptance. Now let's consider a modern example. John, a corporate manager, once made a significant error in a major project, leading to substantial financial losses for his company. The guilt and self-blame were overwhelming, affecting his performance and personal life. John turned to Stoicism, specifically the principle of focusing on what he could control. He began journaling daily, reflecting on what went wrong and how he could improve. He practiced daily affirmations, reminding himself of his capability and commitment to growth. Over time, John noticed a change. He became more resilient. His self-esteem improved, and he was better equipped to handle challenges. By applying Stoic principles, he was able to forgive himself and become a stronger leader. Consider my own experience as well. As a psychologist, I often work with clients who struggle with self-forgiveness. One client, let's call her Emily, dealt with profound guilt over a broken relationship. She felt responsible for the breakup and carried this burden for years. Through our sessions, I introduced her to Stoic practices. Emily began to meditate, focusing on the present moment and letting go of past regrets. She read passages from Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, drawing strength from their words. Gradually, Emily's perspective shifted. She learned to accept her past mistakes, viewing them as opportunities for growth rather than sources of shame. She reached out to her former partner to apologize, not to seek forgiveness, but to take responsibility and find closure. This act of courage and reflection transformed her, allowing her to forgive herself and embrace a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Lastly, think about a simple, everyday example. Imagine a student, Alex, who failed an important exam. Initially, Alex felt intense shame and disappointment, believing it to be a reflection of his worth. By turning to Stoicism, Alex learned to focus on what he could control: his study habits, time management, and mindset. He reflected on his mistakes, not to dwell on them, but to learn and improve. Alex adopted daily affirmations, saying, "I am capable of learning and growing." He meditated to calm his mind and read Stoic texts for guidance. Eventually, Alex retook the exam and passed with flying colors. More importantly, he learned to forgive himself for past failures and approach future challenges with resilience and confidence. These stories illustrate that self-forgiveness is not a distant ideal, but a practical, achievable goal. Whether you're an emperor, a corporate manager, a psychologist, or a student, the principles of Stoicism can guide you towards a more forgiving, peaceful self. In our final segment, we'll summarize the key points and offer some final words of encouragement as you embark on your journey of self-forgiveness. Stay with me as we conclude this transformative exploration. Part 7. Conclusion and Final Encouragement. We've explored the profound teachings of Stoicism and how they can help us forgive ourselves. Let's summarize the key points and offer some final words of encouragement as you embark on this transformative journey. First, we learned about the importance of acceptance of impermanence. By understanding that everything in life is temporary, we can let go of past mistakes and focus on the present. Remember, like the smudge on a large canvas, our mistakes are just small parts of our larger life picture. We also discussed the focus on what you can control. Epictetus taught us that while we can't change our past, we can control how we respond to it. Shifting our focus from regrets to actionable steps empowers us to move forward with purpose and clarity. The principle of rational reflection reminded us to analyze our mistakes thoughtfully. Instead of being overwhelmed by guilt, we can ask ourselves what we can learn from our errors and how we can avoid repeating them. This rational approach helps us grow and become better versions of ourselves. We emphasize the importance of virtue and personal growth. Embracing our mistakes as opportunities for growth aligns with the Stoic belief in living a life of virtue. Every mistake is a chance to learn, improve, and strive for a better self. We also covered practical steps such as self-reflection exercises, meditation and mindfulness, daily affirmations, and seeking wisdom from Stoic texts. These practices help us internalize Stoic principles and apply them in our daily lives. Through personal stories and examples, we saw how individuals from different walks of life, historical figures, corporate managers, psychologists, and students, have used Stoicism to navigate their journeys of self-forgiveness. As we conclude, I want to leave you with this thought. Forgiveness is not about erasing the past, but about embracing it as a part of your growth. It's about giving yourself the grace to move forward with wisdom and resilience. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a serene lake. You hold a small stone, representing your past mistakes. With a deep breath, you throw the stone into the water. Watch as the ripples spread out, gradually fading away. The lake returns to its calm state, just as your mind can return to peace through the practice of self-forgiveness. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Every step you take towards self-forgiveness brings you closer to inner peace and fulfillment. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism. Focus on your growth and allow yourself the compassion to forgive. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Stoicism and self-forgiveness. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to Knowledge Journey. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, remember to navigate life's challenges with calmness and clarity. Together, we'll continue this journey of knowledge and growth. Stay strong, stay wise, and take care.